Hey, what's going on? I am Mr. D.R.E, and I have in the building my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. B-Mac. What's going on, boy?
What's going on? What's going on, Mr. D.R.E, man? Glad to be back in the
Hey.
building, man. Glad to do another episode, man. I'm just glad to be back rapping with you,
Hey,
man.
did you like the interest, man? Did you like the introduction that I gave you?
Yeah, man, you too kind, bro. You always too kind.
Listen,
man.
I'm trying to do my Steve Harvey thing. You know that boy been doing introductions and made a lot of money doing introductions, so I'm working on it, man.
Yeah, you be having the hand motions going and everything. But if y'all see it, my boy be having the hand motions going.
Hey.
So I it's always a pleasure, man. You always make it very, very comfortable for me to come here, man, and get on the mic with you. So I just hope I don't make you look bad.
Oh no, you can't make me look bad. We in this together. We all we got. You know what I mean? So what's been going on with you, man? We done, it's been another episode that we've done, and we got the streets buzzing a little bit. What's been going on with you?
Man, not much, man. Taking it one day at a time, man. Getting back with some of the people who did listen to the episode and they enjoyed it. So
Uh-huh.
they like the chemistry we got going on here. So I definitely like to keep things exactly where they're going, trying to figure out ways to be better and better in life.
Right.
So just taking my time, man, taking it one day at a time and just trying to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. Man.
I feel you. Yeah, man. The streets is buzzing, man. And I had somebody ask me, they were like, is this gonna be strictly relationships? I had to tell them, unfortunately, no, we're not just gonna deal with relationships. There's a lot more going on than just your raggedy relationship. No, I'm just playing. There's more going on than just relationships. It's just something that people want to know about, things that we've been asked in the past. At least I have, and so we just did something on relationships for a minute, but we're gonna change it a little bit today. We're gonna be dealing with another situation, another question on our throw it off moment. I think that's the name I'm gonna give it, because I've been saying the main topic for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I gotta give it something catchy. So I said, why don't we just call it the throw it off moment? So the throw it off moment, the throw it off question, it's gonna be something we're gonna be talking about. It's gonna be how do you define success? How do you define greatness? And how do you measure it? What do you measure it by?
Well, that sounds like boy. I got a lot to rap about when it comes down to that, man.
It's a lot to talk about, because I think everybody's looking for success. Everybody wants to be like Mike, have that greatness and everything. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something we're going to get into. But, man, I want to ask you, I saw something not too long ago, an article where it was talking about that women are now getting rid of BBLs.
Getting rid of them.
They getting rid of BBLs now.
So
I don't know.
They had them and now they
because the craze was every woman was trying to get the BBL, but now they're going away from it. And one of the reasons I heard that they're going away from it, whether it's true or not, I heard that some are going away from it because they smell. Now, I don't know how true it is.
You say the BBL smell.
They said it smell. Well, so fill me on this. So when I heard it and I read the article, I was like, okay, let me check out, see what they're talking about. So, I went to my favorite spot, the most reliable spot. I went to YouTube. Yep. Went to YouTube and just put in why do BBLs stink? And sure enough, this video came up where this gentleman was talking about dealing with the question or what people were saying as far as BBL stinking. And so, they talked. I'm serious, man. So they were talking about how they drain and things of that nature, but that's only for, a few hours from what I understood. What he said was the main reason why BBLs smell is because most women, I won't say most because I feel somebody getting mad. A lot of women that get the BBL, they haven't figured out how to clean themselves. So when you've been used to cleaning a flat butt, I guess it's a little different when you got to retch around a little harder, to get, to get all that. Yeah.
So you telling me it's from improper cleaning.
And let me say it properly. From improper hygiene. is what he was saying. Yeah.
So pretty much all the women out there that's in the BBLs, it should come with a tutorial on how to wipe.
But well, yeah. You might need to learn how to, clean this new found
wagon you got back
there. Yeah. So and he wasn't the only one, because once I get it, I don't like to just get one opinion because it just could be a crazy person, talking, but it was a lot of people talking about that's the reason why they smell, and so
well, I mean, rather they smell it, they not smelling. I'm just glad. Y'all women out here, y'all don't need to do that to y'all bodies.
Seriously,
honestly, it really don't. I know. It's kind of our fault too because we like to look at it.
Well,
but it's
some of us.
It's some of us. It's quite a lot of us.
Well, yeah, a lot.
It's quite a lot of us, to keep it quite honest. But honestly, most men really they don't. Because a lot of y'all, first of all, a lot of ain't getting the good jobs. Like, a lot of the procedures aren't. I don't know if that's the result they be going for, and if that's the case,
I've seen some horror stories, man.
Yeah, man. They just really don't. They don't look. They just don't look natural.
They don't.
They don't look natural. The ones that don't look natural, that y'all don't need to do it. You
exactly.
Just don't need to do
Let's
it.
Let's just give them a what they call the PSA announcement. Listen, sisters, y'all look good just how you are. You look good just how you are. You got men that like dark chocolate like myself. You got men that like caramel like my boy B-Mac. You got men that like, thick women. You got men that like skinny women. Listen, you ain't got to do that to yourself to please us. Just be nice. Just be you. Your authentic what man, listen.
Wear a smile.
Wear a smile from time to time. You ain't got to look like you got vinegar in your mouth all the time,
Yeah.
Just wear a smile.
Wear the stuff that God gave you.
I'm telling you, and I promise you find that man that sees so much in you, the man that you deserve.
And you won't have to worry about getting a manual on how to wipe a new booty.
Right. So that's all we're saying. But let me ask you this: have you ever met a woman who you saw was fine? She was fine, but then she had this other thing that just automatically canceled her fineness out.
Yeah, of course.
Like, tell me, like what?
It usually be that I think they call it the resting B face.
The resting what?
The resting B face, man. I'm trying to keep my language clean. It's pretty much a meme mug. One who wears like that mean face all the time, like that don't approach me face.
Yeah.
You can kind of. It's kind of like it's when they wearing the arrogance in a sense,
right?
You kind of sense like, yeah, she one of those ones that she won't even accept you beautiful today,
right?
You feel what I'm saying?
Can't take a compliment, or she thinks she's just way too cute.
Yeah. So it's just when the woman pretty much wearing her arrogance. I guess I can word it like that.
Yeah,
she wearing her arrogance. Some women just, you can look at me, you can kind of tell like, oh yeah, I know you fine. She knows she fine too. And yeah, she ain't gonna even accept just a compliment to keep moving.
Right. Man, listen, I was working at this particular job. I won't say what job I was at, but I was working this job, man, and like this woman needed some help. She had already been in the store or whatever, so she called and she had that voice. You ever met one of them women that got like that sexy voice that, and she was like, yeah, I was just wondering, if you could help me out for a little bit. And I was
she
like,
wasn't trying to seduce you?
Man, I don't know. I really don't know. This is years ago, and so had to put that out there. This was years ago,
I got you.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I just happened to she happened to send me a picture of her, right? B-Mac, she was beautiful. She was beautiful. She was about 5'4", 5'5". You know, she had all the right measurements that men look for. She had long, silky hair. Oh, man, she was beautiful. So I was just like, okay, well, you know, I'll help her when she gets here. So she walks in, and the picture, her in person was exactly what the picture was, which was nice.
Okay.
And so she walked up to me. You know, she had the nice eye, the whole nine. But man, B, when she started talking, it was like
the breath.
Boy, that breath was. Oh my God, man, that breath was. That breath was so stink. It was a combination between morning and onions. Like, you know that type of breath when people ain't even got to open their mouth and you can just smell it. It was it was like one of them, man. I was like, I don't know, she got a rotten tooth or something. I was like, your breath too stank to be this fine. It don't make no sense.
She might got bad guts, man.
She might have the bad guts. She might be backed up and it's coming up through her pores and stuff.
But hey, believe it or not, though, there are, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard that, I mean, having like bad guts can cause bad breath. Like having like, I don't know exactly what it is that got to be going on with your stomach, but I was told that having like a bad stomach could cause bad breath. Hey,
but I don't know, she need to.
Unless she ain't brushing that tongue in the roof of that mouth.
I don't know what it was, but it was like, I mean, anything you could think of, the worst smell you could think of. It's morning, man. Listen, it was bad. It was morning. It was onions.
Yeah, that's bad. That's worse than
it was chitlin juice. It was all kind of stuff going on, bro. It was nasty. But she looked good.
Well, I don't know if the bad breath would be enough to throw that beauty off of me.
Man, please, if you smelling like that, bro, if you can't take care of your mouth, man, please.
Hey, I don't know, but hey, holla at me now.
Oh, no, okay, well, you can have the chitlin juice.
I pitched my nose, baby, just smile at me.
Man, whatever. Listen, you had a chitlin juice, but you got to be, everything got to be, man, listen, we'll be back. So here we are in trending news, B-Mac, man. There's so much going on. I don't know if we're going to get to all these news-worthy articles on today, but let me just start off with the most important one, okay? The most important one, Subway is in trouble.
Subway? Let me guess. They selling
Take a guess.
10-inch subs for $6 instead of 12-inch.
Well, you know, that was something that happened a few years ago, but no, that's not what they're talking about. You want to take another guess?
The ingredients ain't fresh.
Well, we all know that, but you know, no, let me tell you. So Subway has gotten in trouble because apparently people tired of them taking all the meat off the sub. So there's been a lawsuit that's been filed that Subway has been skimpy on the meat. They have been skimpy, not skippy, but skimpy on the meat. This comes as people are talking about the same sandwich they see on the that they see on the menu is not the sandwich that they are getting.
Yeah, they never been, probably never will.
Yeah, and it's gotten bad now, and so you know people just fed up because you know we are in inflation and things are sky high.
Yeah,
you know,
I bet them subs probably like $16 now.
Yeah, well, you know, I went not too long ago. Now I'm gonna be real with you. My sub was okay. I actually got one. It was like 11 and some change or something like that.
Yeah.
But the meat was okay. But the ones that this news broadcast was showing, I wish I had the clip right now. But it's a genuine news station, and they are suing Subway because they have gotten skimpy on the meat. And people tired of it. They feel like if I'm going to spend my hard-earned dollars to get a sub, I want more than just the roll. I want the meat. I want the lettuce. I want the tomatoes. Now that I think about it, Subway always been kind of skimpy on. I won't say the meat, but they've been skimpy on everything else.
Oh, the veggies.
Oh man, they so skimpy on the veggies, bruh.
I haven't been to a Subway in forever.
It's been a minute. And see, I just started going back. But let me tell you why I just started going back. I just started going back because the last time I went, I asked for some black olives.
Yeah.
And she put 3 black olives on there.
Yeah, see, I like
not
black
even a whole one,
but I like my olives light though.
See, I just wanted I wanted black olives. She put 3 sliced black olives on there.
You must got a 6-inch sub.
It was a foot long, bro.
Oh wow!
And then and so I asked for more. She put another 3. I said, "Can you put some more olives on that?" She put another 2. I mean, it's like pulling teeth to get these sandwiches, bro. The way you want it.
Yeah, and it's, I ain't know so many people who like olives on their sandwich like that.
Yeah, I like black.
I like olives on mine, but you gotta keep it light. Keep it light.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so we not even gonna get into the lettuce. They put 2 strips of lettuce and try to roll it up on you. So yeah, Subway's in trouble again because they being stingy with the lettuce. They being stingy with the meat, and other ingredients. I saw one that looked like when your sub looked like the same sub from the gas station.
Well, hey, 7-Eleven though. Hey, shout out to 7-Eleven back at home in Florida, but they have
7-Eleven be rocking like that.
Hey, what?
And every sub I got from a gas station is literally like the ones in the in the vending machines. A slice of cheese, a slice of meat, and you pay $7.99 for it.
Yeah, it's definitely the one in the refrigerator.
Yeah. So, in other news, so this one's kind of funny. So apparently, let me pull this up. Apparently, a woman was left overnight at a male's prison because they thought she was a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man.
I'm just saying this comes courtesy of the lawyer Herald. Female inmate sent to men's prison after an assumption was made based on her looks. So apparently she didn't look enough like a woman. And they say, all right, dude, you go in.
Hey, but it's rude to ask. Hey, listen, I don't blame Buddy. Those powers an honest mistake. But I know that people don't feel comfortable asking women. Are they really women no more these days?
Man, but it was based on her looks.
I am not a man.
You ever seen I don't know if I should ask you that, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. You seen a woman that rough, that they look like a dude?
Yeah.
And they got
I couldn't tell. But I honestly couldn't tell you if that was a woman or a man.
So how did you know if it was a woman?
I still don't know if that was a woman or a man to this day.
So you just going off by you just confused at this point, basically.
Man, we don't share a lot of words, so it's like I kind of really don't care to really find out in a sense. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. It's
bro,
like
that's bad.
It looked like a man, but it don't walk like a man. But then again, it could be a woman because it walked like a woman, but she don't look like no woman.
Oh, goodness. So for those looking for the story, it's from lawyerherald.com. Its Scottish authorities accidentally sent a woman in an all-male prison after incorrectly processing her due to her masculine features. She had masculine features. So.
But that don't matter in the prison, though. But I bet they were glad to find that woman that don't matter.
Which sparked an investigation into the incident. The woman who appeared at Kirkcaldy Sheriff Court in Fife, this is overseas, y'all, was transferred to HMP Perth, a maximum security all-male prison. Once authorities realized their mistake, the woman was kept in segregation and then transferred to Cornton Vale, a woman's jail. So she was there all night, and once they caught the mistake, I don't know, I'm not sure.
how far into the process of booking this person would you know?
Right.
When you find out the sex of this person.
I'm trying to figure out what made them catch it? Did they just finally read the paperwork, or?
I don't know. They probably got all the way down to the search, man. They probably, when you going to jail, but you gonna have to drop them.
Boy, listen.
I won't know because I ain't never been, but I worked in facilities.
Wait, you ain't never been to jail?
No. Well, I take that back. I have been to jail. Well, no, I guess.
No.
Holding cell.
In a holding cell?
Yeah.
I ain't been to jail.
I used to hang my hat on. Never been to jail, man. But I've been once, unfortunately.
How long was it?
I say about what, 9 hours?
Oh man, that don't count. You ain't been in no jail, bro. You safe.
Yeah, man, they booked me, man.
Yeah.
But I ain't never made it to general population. Then.
Nah, you good. Let's see what else they got. Oh, speaking of Subways, we was talking. I know we was talking about the female just now, but we was talking about Subway. Quarter pounders making people sick now.
Quarter pounders.
Yeah, McDonald's quarter pounders.
Food. Period.
They make people sick. So apparently there was a E. coli outbreak in this is real. Where people who was eating quarter pounders were getting sick. So
with E. coli.
With E. coli, yeah.
Oh wow.
And so they just figured out what it was. They said it was not the beef, but it was the onions. Yeah, the onions had E. coli in it, and it's been making people sick. And so it made big news because I believe this woman from Iowa, this young lady from Iowa, got sick and her kidney shut down. It was
wow.
It was a mess,
but
man.
we was having a little conversation about that little off camera, but food just ain't the same no more. I forgot
to say, but food ain't the same.
Food just ain't the same no more.
And what trips me out is the fact that a lot of food that we have here in the U.S., they won't even allow it overseas.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because you would think, since they say we are the wealthiest country or whatever, besides Dubai and but the wealthiest nation, you would think we would get healthier food, proper food, but we ain't get wealth by having healthier food. We got wealth for creating food. Well, yeah, that's true
and
too.
Selling it.
Yeah, that's true.
Preserving food. Now, I mean that probably should have been thrown away weeks ago, but we probably eating big year-long old bread.
Man,
because bread don't mold no more
at all. Neither do them apples. Speaking of McDonald's, you ever dropped a French fry in your car?
Yeah.
And see how long
I'm pretty sure anybody who had McDonald's done dropped a fry in their car.
Let me tell you how much of a fat boy I am. When I was younger,
not talk about weight, man. I'm already big, bro. Maybe insecure.
I was just saying, look, I'm secure with my, I'm a fat boy with it. But listen, back in the day, I would find that fry. I would weigh it up, I might,
No, man.
Bruh, yeah, it tastes like a potato stick. You ever had potato sticks? I'm just being honest, man. Listen, I ain't gonna tell nobody else, but I'm just telling you.
I done found me a potato stick.
But it looked like a potato stick, man. Yeah, my grandmother used to buy me them potato sticks, and I would sit right up in the hallway, my feet kicked up on the wall, eating potato sticks and Bacos.
Or they could just be old fries that's been left.
Either one, Either one, I'm just saying. Oh man, what else is going on? So this one here. Now this is kind of a crazy story here. And I won't get into all the details, but so basically, let me pull this up just for a minute. I'm gonna skim through it. This is from Law and Crime. Let's go ahead and do that. And so basically, this executive from Whirlpool got pulled over by some police in Michigan. Michigan State troopers pulled this gentleman over because they said he was drunk. That was their charge. He has a DUI because he's drunk. Well, come to find out, he's not drunk.
Oh wow.
But they didn't believe him. They made him do an X-ray. They drew blood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they did all of this to prove that, he was drunk and he was hiding drugs in his system.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when the results came back,
all negative.
And
Cha-ching!
Exactly. We don't really have to discuss who was the victim here. We know what color he was, what race he was. Guess what race he is? Yeah, he was a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Executive for Whirlpool, and so now he is filing a lawsuit, which he should absolutely do. I don't know what's going on with these police, man.
It ain't nothing new. It ain't sadly to say, but
it's not.
But nothing new.
Yeah, it's not new, but at some point, it has to stop. The gentleman's name was, I think his last name was Lariat, 41. This happened April 10th, about 3 a.m. So they saw him driving a BMW,
mm-hmm.
and another classic case of driving while black.
and
WB,
boy.
Man, it's sad, man. When are we gonna get to? Will we ever get to a point where we are not profiled, man? Do you think we ever get to a point like that?
Honestly speaking, no.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I don't. But at the same time, I don't use that as a like a crutch in a sense.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Honestly, I just feel like, it just give us an opportunity to really show what we made of, man.
Right.
And it makes succeeding out here just that much sweeter, man, when making things happen.
Right.
Even though the game is scaled against us in a lot of different situations. So to overcome all that, including being black here in America, man, hey, makes it that much more better and that much more sweeter if you ask me.
Yeah, but
it ain't going nowhere, unfortunately. It's too many examples of, because unfortunately now there's a lot of us that do fit the bill of doing some crazy stuff more than it should be, unfortunately. I think until we do better amongst our own community. So let me change my answer. I ain't gonna change my answer. I still don't think it's gonna happen. But in my opinion, I think the best way of getting close to that happening, if we take pride amongst our own selves, bro. Like,
true.
If we start holding ourselves accountable,
true.
You know what I mean, and holding each other and being able to hold each other as another black person or another black man or a black woman. And then not be taken as a threat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
it's sad. It's and let me say this as well. There's a lot of Caucasians that's doing a lot of dirt, and they honestly just get a hall pass.
Unfortunately,
they get that hall pass, and I'm just looking. When you read the story again, if you want to see the story, and maybe I can post it up on our platform at some point. But it's from Law and Crime. That's the website. But it just goes to show you, now this man is an executive at Whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
He's not he's not a street dude. He's none of that. This dude has been trying to live the American dream. He's paying his dues, as an executive, just doing everything right, and still yet he gets in trouble. He has to deal with this foolishness.
Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, I know firsthand how that goes. But so it's just a sad situation, and I don't know. Will we get past it? My heart wants to say yes, but my mind is like, bro, I done seen this story way too many times.
If it does, man, I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime.
Yeah.
If it does, I don't want to say nothing is impossible, because I do believe in a higher power that there is no such thing. So, if something was to happen, I do strongly believe it won't be in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, only thing we can do, man, is just, only thing we can do is we do right,
Yeah, do our
and
part.
do our part, and expose what needs to be exposed, and then hopefully, you know, maybe our children will get better, or our children's children, somewhere down the line. Boy, I almost feel like crying now because it's just.
We counting on y'all in the future.
For real.
The children is the future.
I believe the children are future.
Hey, what's the episode of Martin? When he was on he did the interview with oh my gosh, man, Tommy Davidson.
Tommy Davidson. Oh yeah.
Hey, he did the interview with Tommy Davidson. And he was talking about the children.
Yeah, man. Classic. Martin was classic. You hear me?
Oh my God! I just saw the episode not too long ago. Me with Tommy Davidson singing about the children.
Man, listen. Between Martin and Eddie Murphy, boy, they did some classic cuts, man.
Life is probably ain't no probably, but definitely that number one comedy movie. You got the two greats starring in that movie, man. That's what makes that movie so comical, man.
Oh, absolutely. So listen, we'll be back with you with the moment of truth, our throwed off moment.
Take 100 men who start even at the age of 25. Do you have any idea what will happen to those men by the time they're 65? These 100 men who all start even at the age of 25 believe they're going to be successful. If you ask any one of these men if he wanted to be a success, he'd tell you he did. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life, that there was a certain sparkle to his eye, an erectness to his carriage, and life seemed like a pretty interesting adventure to him. But by the time they're 65, 1 will be rich. 4 will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke. Now think a moment. Out of the 100, only 5 make the grade. Now why do so many fail? What has happened to the sparkle that was there when they were 25? What's become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished? When we say about 5% achieve success, we have to define success. And here's the best definition I've ever been able to find. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working toward a predetermined goal and knows where he's going, that man is a success. If he's not doing that, he's a failure.
Man. Some words to live by. And so that's what our topic, our throwed off moment is about today. The question is, what is your definition of success and greatness? And how do you measure it? B-Mac, take it away.
Well, I kind of definitely agree with for the ones who listen, and that was a man by the name of Earl Nightingale, who's wrote in plenty of books and spoke about that particular clip came from an episode of The Strangest Secrets. I believe he wrote a book called The Strangest Secrets as well. But I do agree with a lot of what he has mentioned and what he has said as far as, knowing what it is that you want to do and want to accomplish in life and taking every day, making a step towards that, long as you're clear of what it is that you really want to do and make happen and being serious with that. Not saying you want to do this and be that, but you also have 6-7 other things with the same kind of motive that you want to do, but being very serious about what it is that you want to do, what you want to accomplish,
right?
And actually taking those steps and actions of making that happen every single day. I think as long as you know what that is and you're working towards that, then you are a success, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I listening to the clip, it's definitely a question that we have to ask ourselves, that every man, I'm real big on manhood. Every man should ask themselves, how do you define success? And he said something is basically what he was saying was, getting, establishing what's your dream, what's your goal, and a lot of times, here's the deal, man. A lot of times we spend so much time just trying to sometimes please everybody else, sometimes doing things that we feel needs to be done, instead of doing what we're called to do, fulfilling our destiny, fulfilling our purpose. And then you have a lot of people who just really, unfortunately, waste a lot of time.
Yeah, and when it comes to that, and I feel like probably more people fits in that
wasting their time.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because I'm definitely one of those people when it came down to some of those things of really knowing what it is exactly what it is that I wanted to do. It was a while, man. It took a long time for me to really find that one thing that, like, no matter how much I failed at it,
right,
because I mean I'm still learning,
right
when it comes down to it. So is that's why I didn't want to say success. I don't believe success isn't pretty much dictated based off the wins. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I mean, you may be trying to accomplish that one thing for a while, which means if you talk to a lot of other great people who you would consider as successful, one thing that they all had in common, all of them, they took tons of losses.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And their losses necessarily wasn't the determining factor if there was a success or not.
Right.
So, it was, I wasted a lot of time simply not knowing what it was that I really wanted to do. Or I felt like what my calling was, and what actually just really legitimately gives me joy of doing.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
And that's my thing, man. Just finding that thing that you just find a joy to do. And oh man, I could really go down a rabbit hole with that one, because quite honestly, man, this Grown and Throw It Off podcast, I had that moment where it clicked. You know what I mean? Like, it just really it took me to a place. Look, here, this about me, but I'm gonna let other people who are listening to me right now know a little bit about me. I'm a person who do not mind working. I will work and work and work because I feel like as a man I have responsibilities, and I do. I've never shied away from work. I work 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Have done it. Cool with it,
Better than me, bro. I'm not a believer of working more than 1 job. Bro.
I'm not one to cry about it, whatever. It's doing that, and so all this time I've been working. But recently with this podcast, it's that thing that I have found joy in. It's the thing that I work all night and don't even realize that I'm working.
Because it don't seem like work.
Don't seem like, exactly. And so, am I paying bills with it right now? No. But there's something to be said about finding that success, that your purpose. Because I feel like, once again, too many of us, we find the dollar before we find our destiny.
Yeah.
I need to write that down. That sounded good just now.
You preach.
You find the dollar instead of your destiny. And so because you're chasing the dollar, you finding the dollar, you never really become what you were supposed to become.
Yeah.
And you get stuck.
Yeah, you attach that dollar to success.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like you do, and going to the second half of that question, I mean, a lot of people determine success based off,
right.
I mean, how much money you get in return, your ROI or something of that sort. But I mean, for me, I mean, that the determining factor of success for me is, I mean, how consistently are you at it?
Right.
I mean, are you doing it 2-3 times this week, taking a week off next week?
Did you quit?
Did you come? Then you coming back? I mean, a few weeks later, trying to pick back up where you left off. Like, nah. Like for me, it's like it's that consistent grind.
Right.
I mean, like day in, day out. I mean, the losses, the wins. I mean, the whole process. The whole process. And I mean, and one of the greatest, if not the greatest linebacker to play the game next to LT, Ray Lewis. Now, I mean, he said, now, I mean, you know, you have to fall in love with the process.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So, because, I mean, succeeding and being successful, I mean, it's tough. It's hard.
It is.
I mean, you're going to face a lot of drawbacks. You're going to take a lot of losses. I mean, the day that you quit, I mean, that'd be the day that you fail, but that'd be the day that you have now become unsuccessful.
Let's go back to the process. Let's talk about the process for a minute, because, man, you know, I don't think people really define the process correctly or even know what the process is. Like you have said many times, that it's the wins, it's the losses. It's all of that. The process of, you know, being, let's just say, you know, since we're you know, on Grown and Throwed Off, the process of Grown and Throwed Off being successful would be coming in every day. Wins, losses.
Yeah.
Coming in, you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Coming in when you do feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Coming in when the money tight. Coming in, you know, it's that grind. That consistent grind. And so, you know, you just constantly at it, because that thing inside you. See, once you find that one thing that you really like, it won't let you quit.
No,
it won't let you quit.
No matter how you try, you could try to.
And listen, and guess what? You'll quit, you know, for 30 minutes and be like, okay, let me.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
Because it's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of beyond you.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? It's not just for me. It just seemed like it just wasn't just me, in a sense, when it came down to the things that I really want to be successful at anyway.
Right.
I mean, the things I would really want to be successful as, being like, you know, a better son, a better father. Well, not a father, but if one day I will want to be a father, or a husband, you know. So, you know, there are things that I have in place, that I have skills that I'm trying to acquire, to learn to become those things.
Right.
I mean, when it comes down to, I mean, again, the examples that you give as far as grown and thrown off, you know, like for instance, this week, you know, just the times table just didn't line up.
Right.
Being busy, and I mean, things got to rearrange the days and stuff, but I definitely can't let a week go by and it not get done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, cause like, well, we talked a little bit, I mean, off the air, bro, we only get 24.
That's it.
After we can't create an extra hour, extra second, extra minute in the day. So it's like we have to make the right things a priority.
Right. It's a part of the process. You know, sometimes you got to give up some things. You know,
some things ain't gonna get done.
You gotta make those sacrifices. You know, so you know the question is, what is your definition of success? You know, success is, you know, like you said, being in that process, grinding when you don't want to grind, boy, just in it.
Simple terms, it's the consistent grind. It's that consistent grind.
It is.
No excuses like that. Hey man, it's raining outside. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm not feeling well. Or, you know, I just want to take that time off, that day off. Like, and not saying that we all don't face those, and we all don't miss the mark.
Right.
But you know what I mean, not allowing that to be consistent. You know what I mean? That excuse. You know what I mean? It's just, if it was really simply a mistake, or that it was an emergency or something like that, you would be just as eager to get back to it the next day.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, I missed it, or I couldn't do it, but hey, man, the next day I'm back on it.
Man, and that is so true, man, because that's what, because even like, when we was talking about the scheduling conflict, I was like, for one, you my boy. And so I know, without even talking to you, I know if you could be here, you be here. If you can't, you can't, you know.
Course.
And so I'm cool with it, because I understand your thought process. I know your grind. I know when you really like something, like just from the conversations we've had, with you in the stock market and things of that nature, I see the sacrifices you make with that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know your personality, I know your grind, and I think my grind pretty well too. So
that's the reason why we mail so good.
Exactly. So I heard this one time, and I deemed it to be true just by the person who was talking about it. But this gentleman talked about the makers of 409. You ever heard of 409? The cleanest? Yeah. So you know how I got his name, right?
No.
So 409 got its name because it took 409 times for him to get that formula right.
Oh, wow.
That's how the name came about.
Wow.
And so, you talk about, well, I feel like, almost feel like preaching now. But so you talk about people, people who say they want success. You got to really want it. This man was at this formula trying to get this thing 409 times, and when he finally got it, he was like, I'm gonna name it by all the trials I went through.
That was
all
very
the times
simple.
JC Penney is the same thing. I think they say he went bankrupt like 7 times before it actually came about. There's so many success stories that we hear, but we define the success by the end result. We don't define it by the failures.
Yeah.
We don't define it by the grind. So people on the outside may say, oh, he's successful because he got $100 million. He
drive the fancy car.
He got the fancy
car.
The
nicest clothes. He got
that
the
person who actually went through that, he defines success, or that inventor, that entrepreneur defines success by, I didn't quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I made it.
Listen, those long nights.
Those long nights
where, man, you feel like you're doing all this stuff for nothing.
Right.
When you ain't got nobody there to kind of, when you're not as confident into what you're doing, and you don't got nobody there to lift your spirits. You feel what I'm saying? All you got is your willpower and you and the man upstairs who gave you the dream and the vision to do it. And it's those times, man. It's those times, that goes on to the second part of that, is where, you start to develop greatness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because success is, realizing what it is that you're doing and actually doing it. But being great at it is, doing it well for an extended period of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's where you really step into being successful, into greatness.
Yeah. When I think about it myself, because I was, when you came up with the topic, which was a brilliant topic, by the way, I was thinking about success and greatness. And just on the surface, it would be easy to say those two things are the same.
Oh,
just on the surface.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, okay, success is, succeeding, prospering, the consistency, the commitment, the grind. But then the greatness comes in. Here's what I think greatness is.
Okay.
Greatness is when you can take success and apply it to others.
Okay.
Or teach it to others.
I like that.
You feel me? So it's like, because think about anybody we say are great. It to me, it has to affect others. It has to be something you can. It either affects them or you can teach it to them. Some way it becomes beyond you.
Yeah,
that's my joint. That's what I'm talking about. Because everybody talks about the greatness of Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
and so when we look at Michael Jordan, we don't say he was successful. We say that's Mike. Everybody wears this dude's shoes. Everybody who came after him wanted to be like him. It was not just a commercial, although it was a brilliant advertising scheme. But truthfully, everybody that comes in the NBA wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
I wanna be like Mike.
Greatness. When you talk about Muhammad Ali, everybody wanted to be like Muhammad Ali.
I'm pretty.
Boy, listen.
You can't. I'm so pretty. You can't touch me. You can't touch me.
Right. It's greatness. Now you got some people who succeeded, like Ernie Shavers, Larry Holmes, which was a bad boy, by the way.
Yeah, Luke Longley.
Yeah, all of them succeeded,
but you won Mike.
But you wasn't like, I want to be him, or let me learn from him. I think greatness is when you're able to really affect others and people want to mimic you.
Yeah, you took the words literally. I was gonna wait for you to finish, but I'm like, bruh, once people start mimicking their game after you, I think that's when you start stepping into that realm of greatness.
Right.
When people's like, oh, when you start becoming the example.
Exactly.
Like, hey, no, I need you to, play like or produce like this, or I need you to perform like this,
right?
Or I'm used to this person doing it in such a way.
Exactly.
So I definitely agree with you when you say, bro, when it's no longer beyond, when it's no longer just about your game,
right,
and what you're doing
or your success, or your bank account.
When it's now affecting others, or when it's now evolving others, when it comes down to whatever realm that you're being great in,
right,
man, you're getting there,
right?
You're
and
definitely
I'm glad you said that last piece when you said when you in the realm that you're in, because we get stuck a lot of time thinking the realm or the greatness is in such a high place. And what I mean by that is, once again, when we look at success, when we talk about success, a lot of times we define our success by the bank account.
Yeah.
We define success by materialistic things and things of that nature.
Yeah, I have a habit doing that sometimes.
But when you talk about greatness, you talk about people who are trying to mimic you. I'll never forget. I had this person be told, why you can't be more like Mr. D.R.E, when it came to family. And so, which it got back to me. And so, now people may not look at that as something special, but you got to understand when you have a spouse, telling their spouse you need to be more like him, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, you're doing
the thing. You absolutely doing the thing. Sometimes I look at my family situation now, and someone who I love to death, my son-in-law, I see he thinks like me. He, just in small things that he do now, it's uncanny, and it's like you rub off. Same thing with my daughter, just having that effect on people around you. And so when we talk about how do you measure it, one of the ways I measure success is, did I rub off on you?
Did
you learn from me?
That's dope, man.
You know what I mean?
I'm actually gonna have to take that. Now, did it affect somebody else other than yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did it affect anybody? We could talk about being successful in business, and I'm sure, to an extent, that's what the clip was about, to an extent. But here's what I want to tell people: is a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit, man.
Mhm.
Good dudes like me, good dudes like you.
Mhm.
Uh, we're in that greatness arena when it comes to certain areas of our lives.
Of
What I mean?
course.
So it's like,
I believe that 120%.
absolutely. So, I want to tell people out there to not get stuck on the money figure, the materialistic side of it, because what greatness really is when you can make somebody better.
Like I said, like exactly what you said. If it's affecting someone other than just yourself,
Absolutely.
I mean, is it impacting? I mean, not just your life, but someone else's life. And and speaking on it, it always remind me of, the Kobe and Michael Jordan story.
Right.
I mean, Kobe wanted to be just like Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he mimicked his game off Mike, his work ethic off Mike. His desire to win.
Right.
It was like watching Mike play.
Right.
So it's that want to be like Mike is what makes Mike great.
Right.
Not necessarily, the 6 championship rings. Even though a lot of people will use those accolades to go along with his greatness,
to justify his greatness. Yeah.
But guys like, Kobe, that came up behind him, mimic his game, and him impacting other players. Another great, if not greater, which is debated. I'm gonna ask that question at the end of this. LeBron James,
the GOAT.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He another player. Who really just admire Mike. Respect his game, take a lot of his game and implement it to his own play. Tom Brady, like a lot of greats. You have these guys who come behind you, trying to mimic you, using the things that you use to get you where you are.
Right.
So taking the time to really know, all right, this person has succeeded in such a way and at such a level for such a time,
right,
that I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be like him.
I gotta be like him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want people to recognize me and my game just as they recognized him in his game.
Absolutely.
So leaving that impact on someone, is definitely one of those determining factors of greatness. And I thank you for that one down on this conversation when it came down to that too. Because
iron sharpens iron. That's how that goes.
Because honestly, before then, it was just like I always felt like it was the duration of the time of being playing at a high level.
Right.
If you was up there for X amount of time, then you're considered great. It never really dawned on me until you just said it just now. It's like, dang, the impact on other people. I think that just the impact on other people, I think, is more of a determining factor of your greatness,
right,
than the actual accolades and the actual points or the touchdowns or
exactly
what a lot of people.
You can have the records, but were you great though?
Bro, yeah, like how many other
you
people really feel that? Okay, bro, you was the greatest that ever did.
Because let's put it like this, and I want to go back to Kobe for a minute, but let me make this analogy real quick. Barry Sanders is recognized as the greatest.
Yeah, running back.
But he don't have the record.
No.
See what I'm saying? Emmitt Smith got the record, but Barry Sanders is recognized as the greatest. And everybody, no one said, I want to be like Emmitt. Yeah. Everybody said, I want to be that dude. Barry Sanders.
Yeah, the impact he had on the game.
Absolutely. His style, the whole, man, he's such a trendsetter. If you think about it,
he retired round about the height of his career.
Oh, in the prime.
He ain't even played like.
In the prime. Barry Sanders is greatness. Jim Brown is greatness. You know, before there was Barry Sanders, it was Jim Brown, you know. When Barry Sanders came and just, you know, came with his own style and just wowed people, it was crazy. But going back to, I want to go back to Kobe for a minute. And this is not a sports segment, but you know, we're gonna go back to Kobe for just a minute. It's easier to make you understand. When we talk about greatness, do you know when I realized how great Kobe was? It was not when he won the championships. I thought he was good. I didn't think he was great. I'm just being honest. I didn't see it. Here's when I saw.
Let me get
his greatness.
Shaq left?
No. I saw his greatness. Unfortunately, because see, I'm an outsider. You know, I'm not in the NBA. I'm not able to see what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Here's when I saw his greatness. Is after he passed, and Michael Jordan came and spoke on his behalf, and I saw the tears in that man's eyes. How much he loved Kobe. How much the greatest, who people deem the greatest player of all time. How much respect he showed Kobe, and then it trickled down the league. You know, you start hearing, you know, things that happened off the court. You know, how he helped people off the. You know, it was Ali-ish.
Okay.
You know, you see him knocking out folks, but his impact outside the court, outside the ring. You know, we know what happened with the Thriller in Manila. You know, how he knocked George Foreman out and did all that. But when you watch the documentary, that match was more than just for the belt. He gave a whole nation hope.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's like when I saw the respect that Jordan had for Kobe, and then you start hearing all the other things that he was doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, he never bragged about it. He never. You wouldn't even know about it half the time. But his effect on people when he was in the league and out of the league, in front of the camera, behind the camera, was amazing. And so it gave me a greater respect for Kobe, because he actually did what he was called to do. He was definitely walking in his purpose, and for a lot of us, you know, our talents is only the platform we use to fulfill our purpose. You know what I mean? Like you being so good at the stock market, you're good at it. Is that your purpose? Probably not.
Probably
you know,
not. No.
But it's a tool.
Yeah.
You know,
to definitely achieve that purpose.
To keep that walk going on. You know, this platform here, I feel is like walking in my purpose. Now I can sing, I can talk, but you know, it's just leading me into my purpose. Yeah.
Which is, mostly, the listener, the people that's out there that's taking the time to enjoy this conversation that we're having. You know, maybe it was something in there. That could definitely help a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can use this platform and do that in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, you know, it's like I said, I would do this for free for the rest of my life. Because my purpose is not bound by a dollar.
No.
You know, but I can't tell you how many times, and you'll figure out I think we done switched up to a whole nother conversation, but you'll find out your purpose. You'll find out your greatness. you'll find it out when, like I said, you keep affecting people. I can't tell you how many times I've had people uh, come to me because they saw me in one light,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they sit down with me, they like, "Yo, like, hey, let me talk to you about this and this and this," and it becomes a success story. And a lot of times, as a matter of fact, most times you won't never hear about it because I ain't gonna talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's just something they got from me. That's greatness.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
That's greatness.
We had mentioned it a little earlier in the segment. I mean, and how what you're doing impacting others,
Right.
and if it does, and it leaves such an impact on somebody else, I mean, that could definitely be. I'm definitely now using it as a measure of
Right.
greatness. So
Absolutely. So people out there, listen. Don't. I guess what I want to say is don't look at. Do yourself a favor. Stop looking at the financial side, the materialistic side.
The finished product of
The
what
finished
success
product
may come with.
Yeah, what may come. All of that is just fruit, man.
Yeah.
You know, but really look at who you're affecting. Like, who are you really changing? Who have you made better? You know, because that's when we start talking about greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you're affecting other people. Everybody can be successful. You know, everybody can be successful.
They can, yeah, they can.
You know,
if you make the necessary changes, and I'm literally talking to myself. I'm literally talking to myself when I say that. But there are a lot of changes, man.
Yeah.
That needs to be made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more so, in order for me to fully step into my greatness,
Mm-hmm.
I have to almost become a different person,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. And I say that to say, and I say that because if I was that person right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would be into that greatness.
Uh-huh.
Like I would be already operating in that greatness.
Right.
There are some things that's about me that I know for a fact that are hindrance. They're just, I just call them what they are. They're just habits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's definitely hindering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that I haven't broken yet.
Uh-huh.
So those, until I conquer those habits, you know, I won't be able to step into that greatness realm.
Right.
So it's definitely knowing yourself, knowing what changes and things that can be made in order for you to really step into that greatness.
Into that greatness. But let's recap now. We was talking about success and greatness. Success is enduring the process.
For that grind.
And so you know, I'll just say to you, since you was talking about you are definitely successful. Because number one, you recognize that there's some things that need to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you're in the process of changing it. You know what I mean? So that's success. You know, we got to learn how to give ourselves credit, man. You know, we got to learn how to celebrate ourselves. Okay, maybe I'm not where I want to be at the moment, but I ain't quit. I ain't quit.
And I'm a lot further where I started.
Man, how they say it in church, I'm not what I should be, but thank God I'm not what I used to be. Man, that's a true statement, you know. So it's a thing of success is, you know, getting up every day and going forward, you know. And then when you get knocked back down, when you have a reset, you get up again and you go forward. You know, it's so funny, but Rocky said it the best. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
life isn't always sunshines and rainbows.
Okay, you know, it's about getting up.
It's not about getting hit. It's how many hits you can take and keep getting back up again.
Exactly. And man, I've taken a lot of hits personally, but man, I never stop. And guess
don't
what?
Stop, man.
I
No
will
Diddy.
never stop. No Diddy. Every time someone try to come at me, I'll be like, take that. No. But yeah, man, success, man. So for everybody out there, man, I don't. Did we answer the question? I think we got into some deeper waters for a minute, bro.
Man, that's the whole beauty of the podcast.
Yes,
right?
but I think it's something that need to be said because there are a lot of people. I feel like there are a lot of people who give up prematurely nowadays because they have been told the wrong thing. They have witnessed failure, or they failed so many times. But man, you got to grind. You got to grind, and you have to ignore the naysayers. You have to ignore the voices in your head.
You're gonna do. You trust me. The people around you ain't. You your own worst enemy.
Listen, them voices in my head been deadly, boy.
You your own worst enemy. What people would tell you won't be nearly as harsh or as rough as the stuff that you would tell yourself.
Exactly. So I mean, just people, get up, man. Be that person that you can be. Be that person that God has called you to be. There's more inside you. That's your success. Getting up every day and facing whatever you have to face and saying, I refuse to give up. And once you get that success inside you, now you can start looking at greatness, because once you be successful, and you're going to win if you don't give up. Let me just let everybody know that you are going to win if you don't give up. So once you take that victory lap, bring somebody with you. Show them how you made it.
Reach one, teach one.
Man, reach one, teach one. Show them how you did it, and help them on their journey from being successful to going to greatness. If there was no Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be a Kobe. That's just what it is. If there wasn't no LeBron, there wouldn't be a Bronny. Hello. And I know people hate on that he got an NBA contract, but LeBron's greatness was so big that he brought his son with him. You can't be mad at that.
I ain't mad at that.
You can't be mad at that. All your haters, stop hating on the GOAT.
I wish it was my daddy to put me in the league.
Okay. But y'all listen, y'all stay up, and let's be great together, man. All right. So we gonna come back with closing remarks. All right, y'all be easy. All right, B-Mac. We are at the end of the show, man. What did you think about the show, man?
Another great episode, man. It's always a pleasure just getting on this platform and just rapping with you, man.
It's always nothing but love here, man. I tell you, man. We can have our funny moments. We can really trip out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can really trip out,
and we definitely like to keep it light, man. Laughter keeps things very, very light.
Right. But there's certain times, man. Here's the thing about Grown and Throwed Off. It's the perfect title.
Yeah.
Grown and Throwed Off. We all grown. We've been through some things. We're gonna be throwed off where we gonna act a fool sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the title Grown and Throwed Off. But we can laugh, but we also want to uplift each other and give encouragement to one another. There's so much going on right now that people don't know who they can trust. They don't really have people in their corner to really fight for them or give them that knowledge, man. And so I hope in some small way me and you, we play our part in encouraging other people that they can make it. You know what I mean? So most definitely. But this has been good, man. B-Mac, if you would bless us on the mic with closing remarks, take it away.
First and foremost, I just want to say thank everybody who take the time out just to check us out, to listen to podcasts and things of that sort. And if you got a little time, take the time, give us a little feedback too as well.
That's what's up.
Give us a little feedback. Let us know what you thought about the episode.
Please do so.
And how you felt about what we're doing here. But Earl Nightingale said, I mean, success is the realization of a worthy ideal. I mean, how me and Dr. D.R.E explained it is, it's that consistent get up and grind. Taking the time every day to know exactly what it is that you're out here trying to reach. And through hell and high water, leaving all the excuses behind.
Right.
And going out there with all you got, knowing exactly what it is and what it may take. Don't get so caught up on the materialistic things as well that may be attached to some of the things you will want to attain in life.
Right.
Just know that, and I mean, long as you consistently get up and, like Ray Lewis say, fall in love with that progress,
man,
things will work out in how you want them to.
Exactly.
So keep that in mind. Keep the grind. Keep the fight alive. And before you know it, you will look up and you will find yourself amongst all the great. So don't lose yourself. Don't get caught up behind in things that doesn't attain you. Don't get caught up in social media. Love yourself. Love your loved ones. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. We'll see y'all with another banger. We out.